Imagine going to a war where everyone around you has a gun, but you have a knife. You think you win? Now let me put it in the context that you understand. Imagine someone has 10 Instagram accounts, and you there with one account is trying to compete with them. Do you think you win? That is how the content creation game is structured. There is a war going on right now for attention, and if you're not well prepared for it, unfortunately you're not going to make it. Now let me take you through this presentation so you can have a visual glimpse to be able to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Take this guy for instance, the most googled man in 2022. Nothing special, just a regular average guy. But he was able to accomplish this because he understood the power of attention in this current economy that we live in. You see, while you're out there struggling to get people to even pay you any attention with that one account of yours, there are killers out there using hidden backend operation that gets them far ahead in the attention economy. Now ask yourself, if you find yourself in the same kind of industry or business with this kind of people, who do you think is gonna win? Hi, welcome. My name is Salim and I have a TA, which means I'm ready to go into details to explain the short video that you've already seen. Hope you're ready to join me to explain whatever I have for you to understand. So let's get into the computer. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, what is clipping? And we'll talk about how regular people are using it to outperform you as a business owner. Now, for the past few years, the way people advertise themselves and their businesses has dramatically changed. Due to the constant change of trends and hypes on social media, it has become more difficult to be seen by people. And let's not forget the attention span issue that exists in this generation of ours. Hence, the traditional way of seeking attention is just not cutting it. The dependence of just using one social media account is not enough, especially if you have no solidified presence on the platform. You can keep posting twice a day and every single day, but if you know social media very well, growth doesn't depend on doing more, but by doing the right thing. And what is this right thing? Clipping. Now, what is clipping? Clipping is taking long form content of any creator, of any brand, and then cutting them into short form content and then mass distributing them. So that might be YouTube, you might have a sales letter, you might have whatever long form content that you have recorded. We take that and we cut them into short form content, into pieces, and we analyze the sections in the long form content that we've taken and analyze the parts that can go viral, that can get more reach when placed or edited and summarized into a short form content clip. That is what clipping is. And when this system is put in place, and not only 2x, 3x, 4x, but sometimes 10x is the amount of reach that you get with your content. And this doesn't have to be done with the need of having to create huge sums of content. No, just one clip can reap the results when optimized well in this system. So let's take you for instance, right? Let's say you have a business, you have a personal brand that you want to grow and reap benefits of it on social media this year. So you go ahead and create a new account and start posting, hoping to get some attention that can convert to sales or attract some followers who can later on become loyal customers of whatever thing that it is that you want to sell or promote. So days goes by, weeks goes by, months goes by, but still what you thought could have happened on your account still hasn't caught up reality yet. Nobody cares about you or your products, but then you look at your competitors and they are killing it. High number of views, they have high interactive engagement in their videos, and they seem to be everywhere that you turn. It's like they are on your explore page. When you go to YouTube ads, they're there. It's like they are everywhere. They have this kind of effect called omnipresence, right? Now you might look at that and say to yourself, yeah, they got lucky, but if I'm being honest with you, no. Yes, luck do play as a factor in social media growth, but That's not something to count on. The truth is, if you don't have a system in place, those with it will always outperform you in whatever industry that you find yourself in. So you can't just be posting obliviously and just wishing for something to happen. No, without system in social media growth, anything can happen. You see that you can get lucky, and if you get lucky, you don't have systems in place that can control that luck that you've attained. You get back to where you started. So you see, while you are doing all your regular hopeful twice post strategy that I've already explained, your competitors, which I call personally the killers, are using clipping to mass produce over 20 posts per day, resulting in massive numbers when it comes to reach. And the beauty of it is they do all this without even lifting a finger. So remember when I was explaining what clipping was, is how we chop long form content and mass distribute them through short form clips on social media. And imagine, for instance, you have one account, right? You are doing your daily posts twice a day and you're now starting, and let's say you're averaging maybe 1,000 views combined with those two clips, and take another competitor in your same industry, right? And he has a clipping army behind him, or he's working with an agency to clip his content. We take the same amount of content, right, that both of you have produced, and we use his and chop those clips into, maybe, let's say if there is a long form video of a span of 10 minutes, we do as much to get at most maybe 10 to 15 clips, and we create multiple social media accounts. So we might create 2 YouTube accounts, 2 TikTok accounts, 2 Twitter accounts, and 2 Instagram accounts. And this depends on wherever you want to advertise yourself or your brand. And we take these 15 clips, which will be 6, right? If the 3 main platforms are combined, 6. Now, when you multiply 6 by 15 clips in a day, that's going to give you 90 clips in a day. So imagine you are posting 2 clips and your competitor is posting 90 clips and you're averaging 1,000. Imagine how much they're going to accumulate, or the amount of reach they're going to get. 90 clips in a day is going to result in excessive amount of views and reach, more than you just there using one account. So if you're making 1K views in a day, they might be averaging at most 20 to 30,000 views. And you are trying to compete with this kind of person in the same industry selling the same thing. Make it make sense. Now, I'll give an example. Take Timothy Sykes, for example, a multi-millionaire trader and investor who turned 12,000 into 7.9 million trading stocks. Now, he runs an online teaching program that helps people to start trading and get results like him. Now, even though he had millions of followers already on the internet, he understood the power of attention and decided to use clipping to his advantage. And by making that decision, he was able to generate over 11 million organic views in just the span of 90 days with us, without even lifting a finger. He got more exposure of this, more students, and of course his biggest and end goal, which was sales. He just gave us his content, right? He came to us, he gave us his content, and he explained the goal that he wanted. He wanted more students in his program. And we mass distributed this content so much in the span of 3 months, we were able to generate 9 million. And this is just Instagram, TikTok shorts, plus another 2 million views on YouTube short, which unfortunately I wasn't able to add. So as you can see, that was one person that used the system. And there's another trader, Julian Petrol, is also a multimillionaire trader who grew his YouTube channel from 85 subscribers to over 200,000 just the span of 90 days, all thanks to clipping. So this doesn't only go for business. If you're a YouTuber, if you're a musician, if you're an actress, if you have a movie that you want to produce, clipping is the way to go. The traditional way of paying for advertisement, people are very, very, very sick of it. And the only way to get into people's face is by using organic reach. And as you can see, someone went from 85,000 subscribers to 200 in the span of 90 days just by using clipping. And he didn't even lift a finger. He just came to us and we did all this for him. Now, these are just few business owners now understood the power of clipping and use it to their advantage. So, let me ask you a question again, right? If these people, which I personally call the killers, are the people that you're competing with, right? Do you genuinely think you can win with that one account that you're running? I mean, I want you to really, really answer that question deeply. Look at yourself in the mirror and answer that question very deeply and be honest. And I hope you do. With the answer that you decide on. And hopefully make the right decision. Okay, so if you are still here, I'm probably sure you've made a decision and you are probably interested in how the system works. So I took the time to make a very, very precise and in-depth video explaining how the system works and how you can use it. All you have to do is just click this video and watch to the end to understand what the system is, how it works, and how you can use it to your own advantage.